Hey everybody, welcome to another Hesitant movie review with George Efta. That's me, I'm George. So, I watched The Nice Guys. This was a blind buy for me. I missed it in theaters. Once again, working too much, just didn't catch it, whatever. I generally don't buy Blu-rays, DVDs, I don't buy stuff unless I've already seen it, or it's something old, you know. If I'm gonna go to like a half-price books or some kind of discount DVD store, I'll take a risk, but as far as new stuff goes, I try to avoid buying anything new in case, what if it sucks and I don't want to rewatch it? I took the risk on the new guys, I mean the Nice Guys. I took a risk on the Nice Guys because it's Shane Black, writer-director of Iron Man 3, writer of Monster Squad, writer of Lethal Weapon, The Last Boy Scout, and of course, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, one of my all-time favorites. I heard when this movie was announced that this was kind of like a spiritual sequel to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, another kind of funny, violent, tongue-in-cheek genre piece with a two-hander, two guys going off trying to solve a mystery, and they're gonna knock heads, and it's gonna be really funny. And that's pretty much what it is. It's a fucking fun movie. Really glad I saw it. Almost positive it's gonna make my top 10 of the year list. Honestly, I think Ryan Gosling was better in this movie than he was in La La Land. Both great performances, but La La Land, I've seen him do that kind of stuff before. And I mean, he sings and dances, that's impressive, but he plays such a fucking shithead in this movie, and that I hadn't really seen him do before, at least not in this way. He is drunk like 85% of the flick, he curses in front of kids, he's rude, he's a fuck-up. And like, he gets, like, the character, I bet on paper the character is way less charming. Like, still likable and funny, but like, because Ryan Gosling's playing it, there's actually some moments where it's like, God, I don't know if another actor could have gotten away with it. In the same way. Because it's Ryan Gosling, you kind of forgive him a little bit more. It's a really fun performance. Russell Crowe's been off my radar for a few years. Last thing I saw him in, I guess, was Body of Lies. Remember Body of Lies? The Ridley Scott movie with Leo DiCaprio? No? Nobody? Nobody? Alright, well, Body of Lies is a pretty good flick. So anyway, Ridley Scott, fucking Russell Crowe's been off my radar for a bit, but of course I grew up on Gladiator and loved him in A Good Year, and a bunch of stuff. I like Russell Crowe quite a bit, but it'd been a while since I'd seen him in anything, and I really fucking loved him in this. He's playing, again, kind of against type. Still kind of a hard-ass, badass, but more of a schlub, more of a guy who's just had, like, nothing good happen ever, really. They're not heroic characters at all, and it's just a fun fucking mystery movie. The third piece of the puzzle, which isn't on the posters, wasn't the trailers, though, is that Ryan Gosling has a little girl, a daughter, who's maybe 13, and she's kind of like the smartest one and the nicest one and like the one with the most heart. And she's also around throughout to kind of help them in small ways at first, and by the end she's a member of the team essentially, helping them solve their case. So, as far as the Kiss Kiss Bang Bang of it all is concerned, that movie was set in present times. It was a take on film noir, detective, mystery plots, kind of like Philip Marlowe type kind of stories. It was really funny. It was set at Christmas because Shane Black. This one ends at Christmas. Makes me happy. Yeah, so that one is almost more of a comedy than a mystery, although it had a really interesting mystery plot. The thing about that one is there was also a romantic subplot kind of going on in it, and it had a little more heart because of that. Some of my favorite scenes in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang involved a romantic element between Robert Downey Jr. and Michelle Monaghan. So I do like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang more, but The Nice Guys is an excellent follow-up in that same vein. I'm going to watch this over and over again. Definitely going to show it to my friends. It is a fucking blast. So this movie is set in the 70s, 1975, I think. And there's no really romance going on. Instead, the kind of third piece of the puzzle, like I said, is the daughter. Whereas Kiss Kiss Bang Bang had a voiceover kind of thing going on. Was very kind of aware that it was a movie. One guy narrating it like it was a detective novel. This one opens up with a dual narration, so they both kind of get to introduce each other. They don't know each other before the film starts. So I like that. I like the fact that right away we get to introduce both characters. Both their voiceovers are interesting. They're introduced in memorable, fun ways. And there is no romance subplot in this one. It's much more just kind of like a case. This movie is a lot more cynical than Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's a lot more mean-spirited in a lot of ways. The laughs come from a very dark place a lot of the times. It's got a pretty big body count. Like, it's a pretty fucked up movie, but it is fantastic. So, who are our nice guys? Russell Crowe plays Healy. That's his last name. Can't remember his first name, but they refer to each other by their last names the whole movie. Healy is Russell Crowe. He is kind of a thug for hire. If you have a friend or a daughter, or you yourself are kind of being bullied or threatened or feel weird about older gentlemen hitting on you, he'll go beat the shit out of the older guy. In his opening scene, he beats the fuck out of some 40-year-old dude who's selling weed and trying to fuck a 13-year-old girl. He just beats the shit out of him, and it's awesome. That's kind of what he does. Essentially, it's the same thing that Wade Wilson was doing in Deadpool at the beginning of the movie. So that's what he does. He's a very low-level thug. He just goes around beating the fuck out of people for money. Primarily, it's if you've got a girl who, if you've got a daughter who is too chummy with older men, I'm going to beat the fuck out of them for you. Ryan Gosling's character is March. Healy and March. Ryan Gosling is actually a private detective. I don't think he was ever a cop, but he mentions that he's got other officer friends in his voiceover. He is an actual private detective. He's got a daughter and he had a wife, and when his wife died, he kind of just gave up on everything, started just drinking himself nonstop. His wife, he said in the voiceover, my wife said that I could never finish anything. I'd hammer in a nail halfway and just give up. She's not wrong. So those are our two kind of fuck-up characters. They meet because Ryan Gosling has been hired to find a woman, find a girl, follow a girl, and that girl hires Russell Crowe to beat the shit out of Ryan Gosling because she doesn't like being hired. And then the two of them meet, and that girl winds up missing, and what the hell's going on, and the two of them kind of team up to try and track down this girl, whose name is Amelia, and figure out what the fuck is going on. Before we get there, though, this movie had me from the opening, 8 seconds. It's such a strong, I was just like, oh my god, I love this fucking movie, I really wish I'd seen it in theaters. This movie opens up with a retro, 70s Warner Brothers logo, and Papa Was a Rolling Stone by The Temptations is playing. Right away, I was fucking in, just like, oh my god, this is awesome. The opening scene is the little kid from Jurassic Park and Iron Man 3. Dad's leaves. What's the line? Yeah, it happens, Dad's leave, don't be a pussy. That little kid. He is got a little cameo, because obviously he's a Shane Black alumni at this point. He is in the opening scene. He's up late at night reading a porno mag in his house in the Hollywood Hills. And through the back window, you see a car jump off the road headed towards the house. And the kid's walking down a hallway and looking at the porno mag, the centerfold for a really attractive woman who's naked, whose name is Misty Mountains. And behind him, the car goes poof, through the house, out through the kitchen, and into the backyard. And the kid's like, holy shit. You follow her, he goes out to see what happened, what the hell is this car. The license plate reads Misty M, and he sees a dead, naked woman who is Misty Mountains, like the chick he was just looking at in the magazine. And she goes, how do you like my car, big boy? And that's the opening scene. So, very Lethal Weapon style, naked woman dies. What the fuck's going on? And she doesn't come back into the plot for a while. So the plot of this story, this is a movie that I'm going to have to kind of spoil to really get into it. So spoilers right up front if you don't want to know how Amelia and Misty Mountains and a bunch of other stuff come together. Watch the movie first and then come back. So, this is a movie where a porno film plays heavily into the plot, and it's all about taking down the big three, the big automotive companies. It's about smog emissions in the 70s. Very fucking funny. So, what's been going on is this. The aunt of the porno lady swears she saw Misty Mountains, swears she saw her niece 2 days after the murder. Ryan Gosling is hired to track her down, discovers that a car that was entering the neighborhood where Misty Mountains lived was there, tracked the license plate back to a girl named Amelia. Amelia is being followed by other men, including Ryan Gosling, gives the address to Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe beats the shit out of him and breaks his arm in a really fucking funny, brutal scene, and they part ways. Then we meet his daughter. As Russell Crowe's leaving the house, he sees a little girl coming up to the house, and she's like, oh, are you friends with my dad? And he's like, yeah, I'm friends with your dad. And from there, he goes home to his shitty apartment above a bowling alley, and we introduce some more fucking actors I like. Don't know what the blue-faced guy's name is. He opens up a bank bag and gets blue paint all over his face, so he's blue the whole movie. And the other guy is Keith David from Requiem for a Dream and, of course, The Thing. Those two dudes are waiting for Russell Crowe, Healy, at his apartment. And they try to beat him up. And they're like, where's Amelia? And he's like, I honestly don't fucking know where Amelia is. He gets away in a thoroughly awesome, badass, fun, action sequence kind of way. And then because he's actually legitimately kind of worried about this girl, he tracks down Ryan Gosling again, and the two of them team up to try and stop her from being murdered. Because it's clear that while there are men after her, and Ryan Gosling was following her, probably the people that she was talking about were these two dudes who showed up at Healy's apartment. So Healy and March are going to team up to see what the fuck's going on. Healy actually pays March to track her down. He's hired him as a detective. And immediately he's like, I know where she is, but she's gone missing. So the two of them are off on a chase around Los Angeles in the 70s, intersecting with worlds of porn, and automotive industry, and hippies, and beatniks, and it is a fucking blast. The dialogue is a shitload of fun. It's great one-liners, great back-and-forth moments. There's a running theme throughout of the birds are dying because of the smog, and there's a comment made early on about, like, it's the fucking bees you gotta worry about. So weirdly enough, bees become a big recurring theme in this movie, including at one point a giant talking bee smoking a cigarette. It's that kind of flick. And yeah, it's a legitimately good mystery. I didn't see it coming, what the twist was at the end. Kim Basinger shows up at a certain point. She's Amelia's mother, and she's fantastic as always. I love Kim Basinger. And I don't know what else to say without spoiling everything. And I don't really want to. I know I said spoilers at the beginning, but really this isn't a very spoilerific review. So, never mind. Very fucking fun stuff. I will say, for those of you who've read Asinine or heard me talk about it, my screenplay, you can find my screenplays on my blog, by the way, adolescentconceptions.wordpress.com. For those of you who have read Asinine or heard me talk about it, there's a sequence in that movie where a guy is being drowned, like he's got his head shoved under the water, and there's a gun in the water, and he pulls the trigger on the gun that's already in the water. Yeah, that exact thing happens beat for beat in this movie, and I was like, shit! I got there first, damn it. There's a big Hollywood porno party with lots of whores. Healy and March go in to try and track down Amelia, and in the back seat, in the trunk rather, is March's kid. She's decided to sneak along. Holly's her name. She wants to help him out in the case because she thinks it's fun. And she's like, oh my god, Dad, there's whores and stuff here. And he's like, don't say and stuff, just say there are whores here, okay? Later on, that same little girl ends up watching a porno movie and talking to all these fucking terrible people and actually getting more information out of them than fucking March and Healy can, because they're obviously a couple of fucking dudes who don't belong there. Russell Crowe has a really great sequence where, at one point, he's referred to as the diner guy from a year ago. He had the one moment that he feels like he felt useful. He was in a diner, some asshole started shooting the place up with a shotgun, threatening people, and Healy decided to take the shotgun away from him and beat the fuck out of him. There was no money in it, there was nothing to do. They should have just waited for the cops. It cost him $500 in medical bills, but it was the best day of his life. So the one time he felt useful was saving somebody else. This is a movie where Russell Crowe murders a dude outright, like strangles him to death, and then lies to a little girl about it. And then later on, the little girl is like, did you kill that guy? It's dark. Plenty of funny murders, funny violence as per usual. Nothing that really tops the finger coming off in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but it is a lot of fun. There's some great fight scenes. Russell Crowe is a really good straight man to the drunk that is Ryan Gosling. They have great chemistry together. It ends with them solving the case, of course, and they're going to start a new agency together, the Nice Guys Detective Agency. I doubt it'll happen. I don't think this movie made a lot of money, but I'd be down for one of these every couple of years. I love heckin' hanging out with those people. Very fun movie. Okay, you know what? I am going to spoil something. So, spoilers for real right now. The movie's 2 hours long, and at the 90-minute mark, Amelia gets shot. And I really liked that. It was a really, surprising, brutal, just out of nowhere, blam! That made me happy. Obviously, the mystery's not quite done yet, but it was. I like it when movies decide, just fuck it, let's kill the thing we've been after the whole time. And spoilers. I will say that my qualms with it are very minor. The sequence with the giant talking bee is funny, but it felt a little bit like a bridge too far a little bit for this movie. There are some moments where I'm like, where characters seem to know each other and I didn't see them meet. I don't know if they were deleted scenes, but like, in a movie that's this detailed and intricate, anytime anything doesn't quite jibe with what we've seen, it feels wrong. There's little moments like that. And during some of the shootouts, I'm like, that's not bulletproof, basic shit like that. But it is a lot of fun. There's a professional killer who comes to town and shoots up Ryan Gosling's house. The little girl is a fucking amazing little actress. Hope she keeps doing it. It's a lot of fun, very, very funny. And the climax involving the auto show and a hotel and all kinds of good stuff. It is a fucking fun, action-packed, character-driven movie. It's a blast. One of the best I've seen this year. Just fun. Just a fun movie. Not miraculous or anything, but just a shitload of fun. And I miss movies that do that. One of my favorite bits, and I think this is in the trailer actually, at one point they track Amelia down to a hotel and they find out that she's in the penthouse. So they're like, we should leave. Like, the people who are going to come kill us probably up there. The smart move is to leave. But Russell Crowe is like, yeah, but like, we're here and we have to save her if we can. And Ryan Gosling's like, yeah, but you just said the right move is to leave. I said the smart move, I didn't say the right move. So they go up in the elevator, and as the doors open, ding! And by the way, it's a glass elevator, so behind them you can see outside on the skyline. It's an outdoor elevator. The doors open, ding, and they hear a gurgling noise. And they pick their heads out of the elevator, and there's a dude clearly having just been shot in the throat, struggling to breathe. Then they look down this hallway, and another guy stumbles back and gets shot 4 times by what's a silenced gun off camera. And they're like, they just lean back in the elevator and push the down elevator button, and the doors close. And as they're riding back down, the fucker gets thrown out of the window and falls behind them. It is fucking hilarious. A lot of good stuff like that. If you're a kiss kiss bang 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 man, ba 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 boo boo bow bow. If you liked that movie, you're gonna like this one a lot. If you like these actors at all, you're gonna enjoy it. So, absolutely worth a watch. I got this at Best Buy for like $12, I think. So, like I said, it wasn't a big hit, and it's been out for a while. So, absolutely worth your time to buy it. If you don't buy physical movies anymore, because who buys physical movies anymore but me, I guess. Totally worth a download or a Netflix or a rental or whatever the way you watch movies. You should do it. It's a fucking lot of fun. Get together with a bunch of friends, have a few beers, and laugh your way through the mystery. It is a blast. Here's hoping Shane Black keeps making movies. Obviously, he got a lot of clout after Iron Man 3, which made all of the money. So here's hoping that he gets to do something else again, because he's a singular voice, and I love him to death. I should mention this was co-written by somebody else, so it's not all Shane Black. I don't know who the other guy is. I don't know what he contributed. It felt very much just like a Shane Black movie. So that's my 2 cents on The Nice Guys. It is awesome. So go see it, damn it! As far as Oscars, obviously no Oscars, so nothing to talk about this one on the Oscars. It was a lot of fun. It's not as good as something like In Bruges, which is the same kind of 2 dudes out in the world doing stuff, which is a way better movie, but yeah. Go watch The Nice Guys if you have the inclination. It's absolutely worth your time. And I'll see you next time with, I guess Silence will be my next review, because I'm going to go see it in theaters tonight, I hope. Bye!